It's the Astros versus the Crusaders here on Manchester Public Television. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Division I NHIAA football here on Manchester Public Television. My name is Kyle Heavey. Along with me is Coach Tom Mazoin. A battle of two of the best teams in Division I. You have the 6-0 Pinkerton Astros traveling up here to Chabot-McDonough Field to face the 5-1 Memorial Crusaders. Tom, what no better place to be in the city tonight than being here.
This is the game of the week in the state, and everybody's got their eyes on this, and biggest game here in a lot of years.
Memorial will get the ball first as Pinkerton deferred on the kickoff, and the worst guy to kick it to in the state, Jacob Schuff, gets the ball up to at least the 32-yard line.
And Schuff coming off a huge week last week versus Nashua South, where I believe he got player of the week, but if he didn't, he should have. And he's had a player of the year type season. And, with his limited touches that he gets on this offense, he just explodes, and, he'll grind it out, and all of a sudden he'll be gone. Expect a lot of running in this game, although the quarterback, MPTS for Pinkerton, has been throwing it a lot more than they have in the past. They were usually a wing T type team that grind it out, but he can put it up in the air as well.
Jacob Schuff last week, 253 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Jeez.
So see what he can bring to this Astros squad tonight as 1st and 10 as looking to get something going here, and Pinkerton is up to the task, a gain of about 2 yards on the play.
Yeah, a nice decision there by Sutherland to pull that one because, Memorial goes to that play a lot on first down, and Pinkerton was ready for it, but nice decision there, and he's getting more and more comfortable with this triple option as the season goes on, and really looking good. And he pulled that one at the last second and hit the hole pretty good for 3 yards, right? So 2nd and 7.
And here we go with a 48 degrees clear skies tonight, so it will be a cool, crisp, late October type feel. But for these two hot teams, I don't think they'll mind one bit. Now a little handoff to Schuff, and now he's going to be brought down, and this is going to be a 3rd and about 5 here, Buzz.
Yeah, he didn't get much there. That was a handoff instead of going outside to him. That was a off-tackle type play, and Pinkerton's tough up front. And they've got some defenders that can fly around, and they really get to the football. So I expect a hard-hitting game tonight, and a grinded-out type of situation. I think it's going to be tough going for both teams at first.
Officially listed as a 3rd and 6 here from the 35-yard line, and with Sutherland under center, we'll see what they do. Schuff looking to make something happen, and now Sutherland up the middle and still races, gets across midfield and is brought down at about the 46-yard line.
Yeah, and that's Felch. That's their go-to play on 2nd down usually. Their little off-tackle play to their left, and they have their strong linemen on their left side. So, they pushed around the Pinkerton's defensive line that time, and big play. Expected maybe to go in. And I was watching Junior Gomez on that to see if they were going to double cover him, and they were one-on-one with him. And all of a sudden, the run's going off. So, they didn't put it in the air. So, this clock is going to tick tonight, I bet.
We know what Junior is capable of. We saw him in that Portsmouth Oyster River game make some sensational catches. So we'll see if he gets a chance tonight. Schuff gets the handoff, and he is going to be literally stood up right in his tracks.
Yeah, obviously, when you have weeks like he has had, a team like Pinkerton is going to, and there's a play down from
Ryan Nightingale, it looks like he is dealing with hopefully just a stinger as he is down dealing with some shoulder issues at this present moment, and hopefully is not dislocated or anything like that. We'll see what the trainer has in store. So with 9:38 remaining in this opening quarter, we get our first stoppage of play here with an injury to a Crusader.
Yeah, and, I was saying that Schuff will be keyed on. Pinkerton's going to key on him. But at some point, he'll break one and he'll get into the secondary. And once he gets into secondary, that's when he becomes trouble. So far, it's been what you expect from Memorial. Just run the football and see what happens on, 3rd down. See if you can get 3rd and manageable. No, they didn't get much on that one. So I'm not seeing what's going on with
I saw his shoulder literally when he went down. So this gives us a time to give some love to the other Memorial starting offensive players. Left tackle sophomore Antonio Rodriguez. Left guard senior Jack Paradise. The captain, senior center Cam DeRogers. Right guard sophomore Ashton Patnod, who his parents are right below us with that wonderful sounding air horn, which we love that here. And they're bringing some energy to this crowd. Right tackle junior Adon Palter. Slot junior Jathan Torres. Slot senior Jake Schuff. We got fullback Gabe Felch that you mentioned, who got that big play there. And now the Crusader offense starting to walk back out on the field, but it's kind of hard to do when you still got a player out there. But Sutherland is still chatting with both the offensive coordinator and Jordan D'Onofrio, and obviously we want to give head coach a little bit of love here for Memorial, as well as he has been here for some time, and Rob Sturgis, 8 years.
Yeah, Rob has really worked at this, and this was their vision. When I spoke to them a few years ago and talked to them a lot, they really wanted to get themselves an identity, and they really stuck to what they, it's hard. It's easy to say that, but it's hard to stick to it, and they really stuck to it, and the rewards are really good when it happens, when you go through all the tough times, and now the rewards are coming their way, and this is, far from over and far from what they want. They want to get a home playoff game and maybe even a bye, and things can go good in the playoffs for them because they seem to match up with just about anybody this year.
Well, this is why this game is so important, lining up with the defending state champion Pinkerton Astros, who know that they are ready to play, and they are looking to keep going with another big season here with trying to get a championship, and Brian O'Reilly has done a great job with the Astros.
I mean, he's been around forever. I mean, he's, basically when he leaves, they'll probably name the field after him. He's that type of guy. He's been there for 40-plus years, and coaching lacrosse as well. And I don't know if he still does that, but I mean, he's coached many, many years of lacrosse, and was the athletic director. So he lives and breathes Pinkerton. So. And there's a lot of good coaches on his staff, too. It's not just him. You don't just do it by yourself. So there's a lot of really good coaches over there.
Pinkerton's record so far, they did lose to Andover last week. So I will say that. It did not count in the NHIAA standings because it was an out-of-state game versus a big Andover squad. But they still played very well versus Hanover. They've beaten the likes of Wyndham, Manchester Central, Salem, Londonderry, Concord, Alvern, and now we'll see what happens here for the final 2 weeks. This game versus Manchester Memorial and Nashua South on Halloween next week.
Yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't look good for Ryan Nightingale. His shoulder's looking pretty rough, so I don't expect him to return.
Well, 2nd and 9 here from the listed as a 45-yard line. It's just in between the 45 and 46, but you'll take the yards when you get them. And now Sutherland pitches it out. This could be a fumble. It's going to be jumped on, and thankfully no turnover on that.
Yeah, and Pinkerton's penetration with the defensive line, and they blitzed the linebacker that time as well, is disrupting the flow of Memorial's offense there. It was a triple option play, but the pitch had to be really a little bit quicker than that, and that's tough. That's tough to get that out of your hands that fast because somebody was on top of him. At least they didn't turn it over. Now you got 3rd and long.
3rd and 11 from the 47. And just looking at some of this Astro players, Elliot Ingraham, 6'5", 215 pounds.
Yeah. And
he's on the defensive line here on this big 3rd down. They have completed the first one. Let's see what they can do here on the second one, as now Sutherland going to hold on to it, and he's going to run into a number of white jerseys and be brought down. And this will be a couple yards short, but now you're in a tough spot, Buzz, where you really can't punt it, and you can't kick a field goal.
Yeah, if you're running that play on 3rd down, then you already know that you're going for it on 4th. So, you're planning for 2 downs there. It was a good game, though. I mean, now it's fourth and
Fourth
three.
and three,
right?
so
it was a gain of 8. So now it's more manageable for them. And, yeah, if you punt it, probably not going to gain too much, right?
most likely no. And now we'll see. Set up Moses White out in the far. He's going to replace Nightingale as he's set up in the far side of the screen. And now up the middle, and look at that, a first down again for the Crusaders.
And that's just confidence in your offensive line there. Because, on fourth down and on third earlier, when they needed a first, they're just handing it to Felch and trusting the offensive line. And that time it was Memorial's right side. And they're doing a nice job against a good defensive line of Pinkerton. So a drive that is, textbook for if you're Memorial. You want this thing to really grind out all the way down the field.
Well, they've killed so far 4.5 minutes, and a new set of downs here, 1st and 10 from the 31-yard line. And we'll see what Felch is. Looks like he's in the backfield again. He's going to block this time. Sutherland trying to figure it out. He's got to hold on to it himself and get some positive yards. But, boy, how much contact can you take early in this game, Buzz?
Yeah, I mean, he's got to be used to it because, he's really a running back in this offense. You're an extra threat as a runner. That time it was a drop back situation where he ran. But Junior was covered pretty well. He ran a slant, and then they were trying to get Junior out and run a swing pass to Schuff. And
now
both people got
a tough spot right here. As
another injury.
It looks like another player who's dealing with, it looks like his ankle. And
yeah, I saw him limping up to the line of scrimmage at last play, and I didn't know what the situation was, but it looks like an ankle. He's reaching down deep. And, you're getting late in the year here, and I'm sure they already have guys that are already pre-banged up before this game, both teams. And, that's just when the depth really kicks in. When in the year getting guys reps and when the games get out of control, getting subs in there. We talk about that a lot on here, and the reason you do that is for situations like this, because you never know when something can happen in a game. So, they'll have their replacement going there, and maybe a little tape will help him out because it looks like an ankle for sure.
Yeah, so 6:35 on the clock, and now we'll see what Coach D'Onofrio has in store here, as he's done pretty good on calling some positive third down plays and positive plays overall. But now next man up is going to have to be, as he is able to get up on his feet, and some love from the fans here. These jerseys are tough. I wasn't sure if it was an 85, but I believe it's 65.
65, yeah.
And Ashton Potnode.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. I see Nightingale already in a sling, so that is definitely a tough sign here. And 2nd and 6, though, as the action goes back into play from the 27-yard line. Looks like Pinkerton trying to get them to go to the near side. And now Sutherland going to throw and over the head, jumping up as high as he could, just not able to bring it down. And Moses White tried his best there.
And Moses getting some reps on offense. He's been, kicking, so it's kind of a special teams guy for them. This is his first year playing football. He was a soccer guy, and actually his dad is the head soccer coach here at Memorial. And he plays hoop. That's why I know him. But, he's a good athlete, and they're getting him involved here and get an extra threat out there so they don't have to concentrate on just Gomez.
Well, let's see if they go back to the junior later on in the game. But 3rd and 6, Schuff looking to move, and it's going to go to Felch, and he is going to be stopped short of the first down, but 4th and manageable here, Buzz.
Yeah, I mean, I think they wanted a little bit more out of that one. But, you get 4th and 3 again, and that's the second time that they've had this situation. And I don't expect them to do anything but run the ball. I mean, they've been stubborn with it so far. And, they do have a backup lineman in there right now. So, which side they run it to, I don't know. Last time they came to the right here on a quick hitter.
I see a Kyron White out there, a freshman offensive lineman. So pay attention to see what Kyron can do here on the guard side. And now Sutherland going to hold on to it, able to get the first down and more, down to about the 10-yard line, and another first down for the Crusaders.
Another beautiful read because they jumped the pitch that time, and if he gave it, Felch would not have gotten the first down on that. Because you're teaching your linebackers, no matter what, if Felch gets the ball or not, you have to tackle him in this situation, because you never know when he's going to pull it out or get it. So that takes up the linebacker, and then Felch quarterback just goes right in that same hole. So he's done a nice job. He's got a little bit gimpy right now himself.
I'm noticing that as well, as you see on the screen. And I was looking at Jared Lioness, the freshman quarterback who is down there always near the coaches to make sure he is ready to go. And we'll see what Sutherland's able to do. Never like to see injuries, and here we are, 4:45 remaining in this opening quarter. Scoreless so far. Throw down deep. Oh, just over the hands. Trying to go up and get it was Junior Gomez.
Yeah, they got that one-on-one matchup, and Junior definitely has some size on that kid. But excellent coverage by Pinkerton. Now that was Price and Michaud on the coverage, and looks like he must be the lockdown guy if they're following Gomez around with him. Expect to go back to that later on. And that was a good try on first down to try to go for that.
Well, a 2nd and goal right from the 10-yard line as the Crusaders looking to take this early lead. Sutherland under center. It's going to be to Felch, and Felch is going to be good for maybe a yard, if that, maybe 2. And now it'll be another 3rd and long.
Yeah, so now we're looking at 3rd and goal from the 8. So, yeah, I mean, you got to maybe they're just going to keep doing the same thing, get it to manageable on 4th down, and have a couple of options. Clock is still ticking. They've chewed up a lot of time in this first quarter.
Certainly have, as this drive and now hits 8 minutes. And now hearing some whistles here and see.
We got a timeout somewhere.
Waiting to see what the official marks it as.
Timeout,
it's going to be Memorial. So realizing that they got to get on the same page this close to the end zone. At least they're going to be going for 4th down unless they trust their field goal kicker.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible. I mean, they're inside the 10, so they can definitely kick it here.
Do you
it all comes down to, how's your reps going? How's your snap? How's your hold? How's your timing and everything? They've got looks like they got Ledoux might be checking in, so that gives them an extra threat. He doesn't play a heck of a lot on offense, but when he does, he usually gets the football. So
he's like kind of one of those Mike Vrabel back in the day, or more recently, J.J. Watt was very good with catching touchdowns as well.
Yeah, Ledoux is more of a skill guy, but he plays mostly on defense, and they got him out there, so now you get an extra little threat. So we'll see what happens here. This is
that is number 22 that we'll be paying attention to on this play as the timeout commence, and with 3:54 remaining, Crusaders will do their best here. Felch in the backfield. Alex Sutherland, the senior quarterback, hands the ball to Schuff. Schuff is trying to get around, and he is in for the touchdown, Crusaders.
Really good play call there because they actually brought Ledoux in there to pin the end down, and he did his job. Great block on that side by him, and that opened up the hole for Schuff. And once Schuff, you see it there, once he gets to that level and gets past the line of scrimmage, he has such a big stride that, he's so dangerous once he gets into the secondary. And, great drive there to start the game.
8 minutes and 11 seconds killed off the clock on this opening drive. And now the extra point is up and is good. So the Crusaders looking to show their muscles throughout the rest of this game. At least start the opening drive with a big touchdown, and really can't go wrong with a Jacob Schuff touchdown.
Yeah, and a really nice job by Sutherland on that drive. Really commanded the offense well. A couple of nice runs himself, and good decision making. They had the one little flub where they kind of fumbled that quick pitch, but that was a great play by Pinkerton's defense on that play. So other than that, and guess what they did, Kyle? They stayed away from the penalties, right? And we talked about that a lot as we covered them this year. When they're playing the top teams, they got to stay away from the holding calls. They got to stay away from the personal fouls. And in this case here, they went all the way down the field, and there wasn't one flag. So everybody likes to see a good flow in a football game. So hopefully that keeps up.
Well, we'll see what happens here, as now they will kick the ball off and see what the Astros, who have a very good offense as well, what they can do. Obviously, the kick has to go somewhere here, and see if it is going to be kind of a squib kick or if it's going to go long. It will go long and caught at the
Really
5-yard line. Guys weren't really communicating very well, and now up to the 20, and he trips and falls.
Yeah, not only weren't they communicating, his own guy tackled him. he kind of tripped him up. So, they were kind of too close together. That was a great kick by Moses. I mean, really high, down deep, and allowed his coverage team to get down there. And, anytime you can stop them inside the 20, that's good news for Memorial's defense to come out and start.
Ryson Michaud was the one to return that. He is a junior running back, listed at 5'8", 160 pounds. So we'll see, as he is still out on the field here. And now for this Pinkerton squad, again, coming into this game in the New Hampshire 6-0, and they're going to hand it off to Michaud. And Michaud is going to be brought down, good for about 2-yard gain, tackled by Jacob Schuff.
Yeah, well, shocker. And it looks like Michaud, one of their better athletes, because they have him locked up on Gomez playing corner, and then he's playing wing in their wing T set. So, and Pinkerton's, they're a little bit different than they used to be, because they're going to throw it a little bit more with this quarterback. But, they like to grind it out too. So we could have a really quick game here tonight.
Well, here we go with a 2nd and 7. Michaud in motion again, but this is going to be handed off and good for a first down, as Sean Canavan gets the ball and will get the first down.
Yeah, that's a nice play there. Typical wing T play. Memorial's got to they're kind of back on their heels a little bit there on that one. They got to get a little bit more penetration to stop that. But they're still okay. Because you kick, got a good kick there. They're still only on the 30-yard line. So.
Still 70 yards to go with 2:45 remaining in this opening quarter. Got a long ways to go, and Aiden McDonald, certainly the senior quarterback, knows what it takes to, and now a handoff. Look at the speed right here to the 50, to the 40. One man to beat, and he's going to be brought down at about the 25-yard line. Good for about a 50-yard gain.
Wow, that's a heck of a play. I mean, looks like they're Pinkerton's right side and Memorial's left side. They're picking on Memorial's left side a little bit, and their big guys are pushing them around. Memorial's offensive line had a good drive, but their defensive line now has to pick it up because they're getting pushed around right now, and I'm not used to seeing that.
Joseph Asanya, the senior running back, 5'11", 210 pounds. That's a lot of speed coming at you right there for the Astros, who now will give it to Michaud. Michaud trying to bounce around, and he's going to be close to a first down, just short, as the clock will keep on ticking. There will be a 2nd and 2.
Yeah, that's 4 plays to the right. So I don't think they're fooling anybody. They're just out pushing them. So everybody knows where it's going. You don't really fool people in a wing T too much unless you run counters and everything like that. You're basically saying, here we come, we're coming at you. And, they have to step it up over there on that left side for Memorial.
Well, a minute 40 to go in this opening quarter. clock is ticking, and Pinkerton is getting some positive yards. Look at this run right here. Osanyana is able to go in for the touchdown, a 19-yard run, and the Crusaders are got to get better on tackling, as that was a good run by the senior. And
yeah, I mean, that's just, that Pinkerton's right side just dominating right there. I mean, those holes are huge. I mean, it's good to give credit to the running back, but, that's the offensive line that was taking care of that. That was just like a cutback play, and they ran everything to the right side. So Memorial's got to make an adjustment there for sure.
Well, now an extra point away from tying this game. Kick is up, and with authority is good. And John Pappas does a great job, the senior kicker, as he ties up this game 7-7. So after a long drive by Memorial to take the lead, a very quick drive for the Pinkerton Astros ties this game up, and we could have a 15-round battle here going on between these two teams.
Yeah, I mean, Memorial took, 8.5 minutes going down the field, and then Pinkerton scores on 4 plays, 80-plus yards. So, it's going to be interesting how they respond here. Definitely going to make some adjustments on defense there because, that alignment is not going to work. They're getting pushed around up front, and we'll see.
Well, again, seeing the strong leg of John Pappas, who will kick it off again, and Memorial will try to do the same thing like they did their first drive and take the lead again, a lot of injuries on that first drive, though, Buzz, and not a good look here going forward, as Pinkerton has a bigger bench here in some ways, but these Memorial kids love to play football. Long kick,
looks
and
like
that
touchback,
is
yeah. That's going to be on the 20, so we're going to need to go 80 yards here.
Well, no time comes off the clock here, and now we'll see what the offense does with a lot of the same guys coming out here, but again, with an 8-minute long drive.
Yeah, they didn't get much of a break. If the guys are going only one way, they were only off the field for a minute and a half there, 2 minutes. So they got to really dig down here and get a drive going, and at least get some field position here, and even if they have to punt, get up towards the midfield area.
Well, Sutherland goes under center here. Man in motion, and he's going to hand it off and pushing away. Good for about a 5-yard gain, and well done right there, trying to make things happen. And Torres, along with others, were able to move forward and gain good 5 yards.
It didn't look like much, right? But it ends up with 5 yards. So they're really doing a good job running the football, and I think they're just, that's their plan tonight. I don't think they're going to throw it too much. They tried a couple times with Gomez, but they're just going to try to grind it out and tell the rest of the league that we can run it against anybody.
Well, if they run it again, this most likely will kill the first quarter, and we'll see what Coach D'Onofrio has in store. And a pitch play. Chuff is going to be brought down, and that was a big, big tackle for the Astros.
Yeah, and, that was tough because
Aiden Chapman came in and was ready for that.
The give was the play there, not the pitch, and the give would have only gained probably a yard, but, wouldn't have lost yardage. So, that was definitely the play there. Should have gave it to the fullback on that one.
Well, that will end the first quarter as no rush here to get to the ball, so the teams will switch sides. And boy, Buzz, that was a fast 12 minutes of football that we've seen so far. This is week number 8, and my goodness, that was impressive to see.
That's probably the fastest quarter of the season so far for us. I mean, Pinkerton threw it 0 times. Memorial stopped the clock, I think, twice, throwing the football incomplete. But the rest of the time, it's all been inbounds and running clock. So, look for Memorial to continue that. 3rd and long here. You got to come up with something because you're not doing the same thing you were doing before. Trying to make it 4th and short because you're certainly not going to go for it that deep. in your own territory, I wouldn't think.
Well, I want to take this moment here. We are playing in the second annual Playing for a Purpose game hosted by Manchester Memorial. You see the cheerleaders in pink. You see the fans in pink. But this isn't just for breast cancer, even though that is the month of October, as the cheerleaders do a great job with having their flyer here, do some flips and everything. But there's a number of other cancers that are important to involve here for this month. Obviously, pink for breast cancer, yellow for bone cancer, orange for leukemia, green for liver cancer, white for lung cancer, black for skin cancer, light blue for prostate cancer, purple for testicular cancer, gold for childhood cancer, gray for brain cancer, and lime green for non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. And doing a great job here tonight of making sure that everyone knows that they're playing for a purpose, and that's cancer research. And great job by the Memorial Crusaders to make things happen. Pass is deflected and trying to go back to Gomez, and it will go incomplete.
Yeah, Pinkerton's DBs so far have been up to the task on all the pass plays, so they're going to have to come up with something. Maybe use Gomez as a decoy tonight, because they've done a great job locking him down so far. So going to need a good punt here to try to keep Pinkerton out of really good field position.
Well, no yards gained on that second drive here. It'll be 4th and 10 from the 20. And, yeah, you are correct. This has got to be at least up to the 50, if not further. The wind has died down here, and it goes over his head. Just got to get out of this end zone. He's going to run it out and able to get back at least to the 20-yard line. So,
yeah, and in that instance, that's a little bit of a I don't know how long he's been punting, but, you can still punt it there. So, once he got free of that first guy, he should have stopped and tried to kick it. The odds of running it for a first down there are going to be slim and none. And, he was just booking it but once he got free of that first guy, as long as you're still behind the line of scrimmage, you can still boot it. So he probably should have tried to get it off, but, tough snap. Bad snap, and that special teams can hurt you in a game like this.
Well, Camden Bolio was that kicker who was able to get it back to the 20-yard line, and now the Astros with very short field will see what they can do to take the lead. A run up the middle here and keeping his feet going, and boy, that is a tough person to tackle right there.
Yeah, it looks like a fullback type, and they always have one of those.
Yeah, that was good for another 5 yards, so he could be almost over 100 yards in this first half, the way that he is going. Yeah. And Osanya.
Yeah, I mean, Memorial's, I don't know. I'm going to try to see here. I got the angle to see if they made an adjustment on the defensive line. And looks like they still have the same front.
We'll see what McDonald's can do here. Aiden hands it off to Osanya, and he is going to be brought down short of the first down. So good job by the Memorial defense to hold him from getting anywhere further, and he's going to take a seat on the bench, or at least walk over to the bench, and they're going to get some new players out here, including Noah Areo.
Yeah, and that's going to Pinkerton's left side. So their first drive was all right.
And now with 10:30 remaining, a 3rd and 2 here, and Pinkerton trying to move the chains, if not more. McDonald will go under center again. Man in motion, and he will hand that ball off to the fullback, and fumble. It's fumbled. And let's see if Memorial can get it. They do. A big turnover here for the Pinkerton Astros, and now tough field position, but at least you're not giving up the touchdown here, Buzz.
Yeah, I mean, that's a quick hitting play. That can happen on plays like that. The ball just hit his shoulder pads. The handoff was a little high, and it went directly off his shoulder pads. That's when you can see that bounce coming off, right? You saw it go loose, and Pinkerton's. Memorial's linebackers are not going to let that ball bounce on the ground. They are quick, and they got to it quick. And yes, they are backed up, but it's an opportunity to chew up some clock here and get a couple of first downs.
Well, first down here from the 4-yard line for the Crusaders as they will get the ball for the third time. Shuff in motion, and they're going to smartly try to move something up, but this actually did not work at all. He might have lost a yard on that, if anything. They're going to put him back to the line of scrimmage, which is a relief in some ways for Memorial.
And Felch, is used to getting 3 or 4 at least on those, and Pinkerton's D-line is tough, and Memorial's really going to step it up front, and that's going to be the difference of this game.
I mean, looking at number 99, James Caruso. He's 6'1", 235 pounds on your screen right there, and that's a tough man to get around right there. And we'll see what Caruso does here. It's a 2nd and 10 for the Memorial Crusaders, going right to left across your screen here. And Sutherland going to hold on to it, and he is going to be hit, but it's good for roughly 4 or 5 yard gain, so it gives them a little bit more breathing room away from their own end zone.
Yeah, perfect read. It doesn't look like much. It looks like he's just keeping it, but that's a read. And, he didn't give it, and the pitch was not there. And the pitch really hasn't been there. Pinkerton has scouted this well and has taken away that pitch man. So, Sutherland's going to have to, go for a lot of yards tonight if Pinkerton keeps doing that, because they're taking away the handoff and they're taking away the pitch man. So that leaves him. And, the quicker he hits a hole, the more yards he's going to get.
Well, it's 3rd and 6 here from the 8-yard line. Memorial would love for something to happen here to get closer to a first down, and now run up the middle, and he is going to be eaten up quickly, and this will be a 4th down here, and you can't have any punting issues here, Buzz.
No, they hopefully they got that snap down, and just maybe some jitters there or something. That's just a play that they're stubborn on. When you run this offense so much, you always think you can get 4 or 5 yards on your key play, and they weren't able to do it against Pinkerton on that drive. There's been a couple drives now where they've gone pretty much nowhere. So let's see. They got to get this off here.
2 straight drives with 3 and outs here, and now Bolio set up in the end zone. Calls for the hike. Ball, a snap is, takes a bounce. And
that's a live ball.
Oh my goodness, can they recover it? It is going to be Memorial ball.
Oh.
2 straight turnovers by the Astros, and now it will be another set of downs for Memorial, who basically gained 40 yards on that play.
Yeah, and and as a coach, it drives me nuts about. You try to do too much sometimes when you're a punt returner, and a fair catch can go a long way. And if he would have stepped up and fair caught that, they would have had the ball inside the 50. But again, special teams can be big, and at first it was looking to go one way, and now turn over this way.
How many lives can the Crusaders have today? Shuff will get the ball, and he is going to be.
Yeah, they're just keying on him. They're not going to let him, run up inside the tackle. So they're going to have to get him in open space somehow, whether it's use Gomez as a little decoy and run him underneath, because Pinkerton is just 3 guys on him as soon as he touches the ball.
Osanyo on the tackle for that play here, Buzz. So he is playing both sides of the ball as well, and at a significant pace. You see on the
they
screen.
Got a bunch of guys that are playing both sides, and it's pretty weird when you have a school of 3,500 kids.
You see Ryson Michaud, who has done a great job, the junior running back, but he is also playing defensive back here. And now another 2nd and 10. Feel like a broken record in some ways, Buzz. Now Sutherland gets away from the guy, and now pass down deep, and
we got a flag.
We do have a flag on the play.
He's picking up the flag.
It's
you can't pick up the flag. You got to leave it down, kid. So now it's moved. So I expect a hold. I don't think it's pass interference. Could be a hold. Could be a pass interference. It's pass interference, yeah.
Well, our first flag of the day here, and it goes in favor of Memorial. So that's a fun way to get a new set of downs right there, Buzz.
Yeah, I mean, they were holding him. I mean, the guy behind they had two guys on Schuff there, but, he grabbed his shoulder pad when he went to go make the cut. So, I mean, that was a no-brainer. You couldn't really argue that if you're Pinkerton.
6:33 remaining, and energy starting to grow back on this side of the field in favor of Memorial with a 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line. And Schuff set up to the near side here. A very tight formation here, Buzz.
Yeah, that's a normal set right here.
Now, Sullivan going to pass again. Going down deep. He's got Schuff. He's got a touchdown. Oh, he might have gone up just before. We're going to see what they are saying he's in.
And a beautiful play call there on first down, because that's a little play action situation. And number 50, tell him to put his helmet on. You can't take your helmet off on the field. So that could have been 15 yards right there. So I don't know who that is, but somebody's got to go talk to him. Tell him to keep that on the field. But,
a 44-yard touchdown.
Nice throw. And Sutherland's played a heck of a game so far. I'm really impressed by him.
Well, we'll see. What a huge call right there by Coach D'Onofrio. And now an extra point away from taking a 7-point lead again. And we'll see what they can do. The snap, the kick. It's barely gets through, and it's good.
Yeah. And, that snap and kick and hold has been decent the last two extra points. So where that comes into play is this could be a field goal game. And so, it might be a situation where you can win or lose this game by a field goal. And Memorial already knows what it's like to lose a game by a field goal with their only loss in Winnicott coming down to the last second field goal. So, let's see if Moses can kick it down deep again. The wind is pretty dead at this point. You want to kind of keep Pinkerton, inside the 30-yard line to start this drive, because they're getting the ball after the half as well. Pinkerton
will get the ball, so we'll see if we get a always special. I almost want to always call it a Patriots type double points.
Yeah.
They were very big on that with scoring.
Right, score before the half, use all the clock, and then get it back, yeah.
So the last two times the Astros have touched the ball have resulted in a fumble. So we'll see what this kickoff brings here as Memorial taking the energy here.
And, Pinkerton had Memorial backed up, right? They couldn't get out of their own end. And, the fumbles have killed them.
And a long kick here that will land right about the 8-yard line. And running to his near side. He's going to be brought down at about the 28-yard line. So Memorial will have to play some good defense here. They've gotten lucky over the last couple times the Astros have touched the ball, but you can only have so much luck here, Buzz.
Yeah, I mean, let's see if they go back to their right side, because that first drive, it was 4 plays to the right and touchdown. They went 80 yards on 4 plays, and last drive they kind of got away from it. So I don't know if that's stubbornness by the coaches or what, but then they're screwed up with their personnel here, so they had to call timeout.
That's gonna make Coach O'Reilly very frustrated.
They were down a guy. They only had 10 guys out there.
And how do you
their fullback was not in the play. So, had all the wings set up, and there was nobody behind the quarterback. So their fullback was sleeping on the sidelines there. Or he heard a different set, and didn't go out. So far, everybody always expects when you hear Pinkerton and Memorial, 5-6 years ago, you're expecting a 30-point game in running time by Pinkerton. But I believed, and I still believed going into this game tonight, that Memorial was a favorite in this game. And I don't know when the last time you could say that they're favored this late in the year and against a team at the level of Pinkerton. And it says a lot for the kids, and it says a lot for the staff, and it says a lot for the entire program that they've come this far in such a short time. Everybody says long time because, it's been a long time, but, I'm talking about with this system. It's only been a few years.
Well, 1st and 10 from the 29-yard line. He's going to hand it off, and he's going to be stuffed and brought back. Good for about a 1-yard gain. and great job by the defensive line of the Crusaders to make that tackle happen.
Yeah, in Ledoux, they want to try to stay away from him. That's why they ran the other way that last drive. Ledoux he's a force. I mean, he can fly to the football. Those defensive linemen from Memorial, and they pride themselves on opening up the holes for the linebackers to come in and make the play. And, they don't have to make the play to be the playmaker.
Well, Lucas Brown has had a quiet day so far. We'll see what he can do. Another run up the middle and brought down. And this will be a 3rd and long for the Astros.
Yeah, I know it's Pena Ramirez then slanting in. And, he had some help, but he really wreaks havoc in there because he's not just a big guy. He's athletic, and he can really move. So, Pinkerton has not put it up in the air, and I was talking about, I was looking at some Aiden McDonald stats on how he's kind of up there in passing in the state, and I don't think they've thrown it once yet, have they?
They have not.
With 4 minutes left to go in the half. So, interesting.
Well, a 3rd and 8 here as a man in motion, and they're going to hand it off again, trying to get to the outside, and he's going to be brought out of bounds. Handoff was to Jimmy Knudsen, and he will be stopped short, and now it'll be 4th and 8. And
I did hear that Pinkerton had a couple of their starters out, and I don't know if it's their receivers because they just ran a counter play there with an extra lead guy on a 3rd and 8. You're not going to throw the ball on a 3rd and 8 in that situation. You're not backed up inside your own 10. I don't understand that call there at all. But it's been a conservative game. So
Noah Rayo will be the kicker here. He's been all over the place on the field, and now he'll see what his kicking ability is as he pops it up in the air, and will take a good bounce for Memorial, who will take it, but Schuff is brought down at the 34, 33-yard line.
Yeah, I mean, he kind of had to feel that one because you don't want to keep it to bounce. So that one kind of stinks because it's bouncing to you, and you know you're going to get hit as soon as you catch it. So he held on to it well there, and that's just a possession play. So now with a little less than 4 minutes left to go in the half, Memorial would love to get this in because, they're going to kick it off to begin the second half.
Well, penalty helped them last drive, and also the great arm of Alex Sutherland was a contributing factor as well. But now 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line. Crusaders want another long drive in their hands, and it's going to be handed off to Felch, who is able to spin off and is good for about an 8-yard gain.
Yeah, and we haven't seen Salazar tonight back there. In the games we have done earlier in the year, it's been Felch and Salazar, and Salazar hasn't gotten any carries in this game so far. So it's been all Felch back there.
Yeah, looking for him on the.
Yeah, he's on the sidelines, but you don't know, he could be banged up as well. But or they could have just went with the more experienced guy in a game of this caliber.
I mean, this has a playoff feel for a Week 8 matchup, and now Crusaders with a 2nd and 2 and a run up the middle, and he's gonna get the first down. Apologize on the camera work. He ran so much faster than I was expecting him to.
Yeah, and he's got speed, yes, but it's more quickness with him. And when you got a guy that quick hitting the hole, you're already in the secondary, and you got 6-7 yards. So they're sticking with it, and it's working. So in comes Ledoux. So expect him to be involved in this play when he comes in. It's either going to be involved as a blocker or getting the ball, or maybe he's just a decoy because now he's going out wide. So
Jathan Torres comes off the field. Schuff in motion. He's going to get the pitch, trying to get to the outside, cuts it back inside, and he is going to be brought down. Great job tackling, though. And Osanya was able to be a part of that tackle again.
But they got him in a little bit more space there. They only got 3 yards out of it, but, they got him in a little bit more space, and that's why they brought Ledoux in there to try to pin that guy again because –
he's been fast.
Yeah, they want to run behind him a little bit.
Well, 2:10 remaining in this first half, what has been an unbelievably quick one. besides a couple injuries and a couple penalties, it's been a very clean game, lots of running, and we'll see what Memorial does here. Sutherland going to pass this time, and he's going to be connecting with Junior Gomez, good for a first down.
Yeah, nice route by Junior. He recognized, the coverage there and ran it underneath, and a nice little route. And he's getting better and better at that because, earlier he was just trying to kind of run the route and try to just out-muscle a guy. But, you got to be smart, too. And that was a smart route by him.
1st and 10 from the 28-yard line. And now Crusaders looking to pad their lead here. Man in motion, and play didn't look right from the start, but we'll see what the finish is. Touchdown!
Yeah, and I don't think Pinkerton expected him to put it up there again. And like you said, the play didn't look right because Sutherland bobbled the snap, and he's able to recover and get the laces and throw a strike to Gomez. So in a game where Memorial was grinding it out on the ground, all of a sudden, they got 2 touchdown passes. This is a dangerous offense when you can throw it too.
A minute 32 remaining and a 28-yard touchdown pass from Sutherland to Gomez, and now
timeout because I think they were screwed up with their personnel in Memorial.
I think there was a lot of energy there.
Yeah. So, so that happens sometimes. You're celebrating, or, you got a guy banged up, or, somebody's supposed to be out there and you only got 10, So good job. You don't want to blow an extra point here. So, you can't bring the timeouts with you, so you might as well use them. And they got an extra lineman coming in now.
This is the shock of the day here so far with the Crusaders up 13, looking to go up by 14 here on this extra point. I know that I see a videographer from WMUR down there. We have the New Hampshire sports page here. Obviously, we're here, so this is really a big game around the state, and Memorial so far has gotten lucky with some big turnovers by the Pinkerton Astros. But these last 2 touchdowns have brought the energy back to this.
Capitalized, and I'm not shocked at all. I thought Memorial was the favorite in this game coming in, and coming off there because Nashua South is a really good team, and they put 38 up on them.
And extra point is good.
Yeah,
so with
3 scores, they had 1 drive or 2 drives that weren't very good, but other than that, looking strong, and if they can hold Pinkerton from doing anything here, then they'll go into half with all the momentum.
And, Coach, put us in the spot of what you're thinking here on this kickoff. A minute 32 to go. Do you just kick it as far as you can?
Yeah, I want to kick it deep like he did earlier in the game and got him inside the 20-yard line. So, so far their kickoffs have been 20-yard line, 30-yard line. Pinkerton really hasn't gotten great field position. You're not going to screw around and do any kind of squib kick or anything here, I don't think. I think you got a kid that can kick it deep. There's no wind really involved right now. So, kick it as deep as you can and get your coverage team down there and make a play and get out and get some bend, don't break type defense.
Well, we'll see what Moses White is able to do with his big leg here as set down deep. I see Bentley Blaze, the sophomore, listed as a running back, set up, ready to go. And we'll see who White gives it to. It's end over end. It's going to be dropped down. It takes a bounce into the Pinkerton hand. And now look at this return. And brought down, but there is a flag on the play. Return was by Gavin Edgecombe.
And the flag's usually on the return team. It's on the spot where there might be a hold here.
Looks like it's going to be a face mask if I just read the referee's reaction
on the
correctly here. And
oh, wait a minute. Was that a beanbag? I don't know.
It might have been.
They're not marking anything. I don't know why you would have a beanbag on the field. There's no fumble.
It's still right there. Or is it something? I'm not sure.
Yeah, no.
Well, maybe I didn't see anything correctly.
Yeah. That's fine. Yeah. Oh, anyways, 35-yard line, right? 36-yard line.
37-yard line officially listed as 1st and 10. 4 seconds did come off the clock on that. And Pinkerton looking to cut the deficit here. First pass play, and he's got all his men covered. running, and now he's going to drop it off, and a good little return caught, and they're trying to get him to fumble it right there. You don't expect to see James Caruso, the 6'1", 235-pounder, catching that ball, but he was able to get some positive yards on that play.
Yeah, he's playing a little tight end on offense. So, the initial play Memorial had covered, that was, pretty much a scramble type play. You can't cover forever back there. I mean, Memorial's DBs are good, but they can't cover,
That's a lot of
long,
time.
yeah.
1 minute remaining in this first half. Pinkerton up to midfield, and now flags are timeout maybe.
Liked the defense they were in, so they called one. So if you're smart for Memorial, you're playing a little bend, don't break here. Pinkerton doesn't have a heck of a lot of time to score, and you kind of want to play a deeper defense with your safeties, maybe a cover 4 or something, or an umbrella type situation. And Pinkerton looks like to go underneath and then get some yards after catch. So if you can just let him go underneath and tackle quickly, you'll get out of this half without Pinkerton scoring.
That was Memorial's third and final timeout there, while Pinkerton still has 2 remaining. Again, 55 seconds ago. Memorial leading this game 21-7, and you said it correctly. You don't let them score here, as they will get the ball and they could tie it up just in a matter of their next 2 drives.
Right.
So the PA announcer trying to get the fans into this game. There's your air horns, there's cowbells, and all the noises that Aiden McDonald might be distracted by. But he's trying to find a man. This is the same exact play as before. He's going to hold on to it, and he is going to get out of bounds at about the 40-yard line. That'll be good for roughly a 7-yard gain on that scramble.
Yeah, good coverage by Memorial there. Both times, actually. So, as long as they stay with that, Pinkerton's going to have a hard time scoring there.
46 seconds remaining. Will be a 2nd and 3 now from the 40-yard line, as Noah Rayo will come to the near side, as well as Ryson Michaud. And Ryson going to set up differently. Now Ryson will look like a trick play.
They were trying to get the first down there, and, they had 2 timeouts left, so they're going to burn one here.
Unbelievable tackle right there, and you saw him celebrating. Anel Pena-Ramirez was pumped for that tackle, and
yeah, I think they were just trying to get the first down. I don't know why, because you don't have a heck of a lot of time. I mean, the downs really aren't the issue right here. If you're going to throw the ball down the field, you got to throw the ball down the field. So Pinkerton looked to have, they're far away from us, but it looks to have like no energy on that side. I don't see the fans having much energy. The players are kind of flat. You're coming on the road and you're used to dominating a team like this year after year.
Still a good amount of fans have shown up here for this game.
It's a packed house.
It's not like Derry is that far away. It takes about 25 minutes to get from Memorial to Pinkerton. So we'll see what they can do. They've put a little bit more time up on the clock.
Go back to 39 seconds.
And that was a surprise to see as they.
Yeah, they burnt the timeout after the run. So.
I think that's where they put the time back up, and now we'll see.
So 3rd and 3.
Not Sutherland. As the McDonald in the shotgun, looking to air it up. He's got to get rid of it quick, and it's going to be incomplete as he just got that a little too low to Jimmy Knudsen.
Yeah, they were just doing what I said they were going to try to do, kind of throw it underneath and run after catch type situation, because I don't think they can get deep downfield against Memorial's defensive backs. They're a strength of their team, and they're not even going with an extra safety here. They're sticking with Shelf back there by himself. So
4th and 3 from the 40-yard line as McDonald gets the
that's
ball.
A false start that they missed.
And now he's going to throw it down deep, wide open, able to catch it, and into the end zone.
Oh, my goodness.
Big touchdown from the Astros to answer back with 26 seconds to go. Not what we're hoping for here, Buzz.
And a big false start that they totally missed on that play. You cannot be going forward as a motion guy before the snap. This isn't the Canadian Football League. The kid had a running start, and that's how he got open. And we'll have to watch that coming back on the replay. But that was huge. As much as Schuff is awesome safety back there, I think having a cover 4 there might have been a better situation, having an extra safety.
A big 4th and 3. The ball kind of bounces, and it is up and still good. Great job by the holder and Spencer Colburn to bring that down and not let anything happen. And now,
yeah, that's a little deflating because you kind of dominated the half, and you let them score right on the last play, really, that they probably could have scored on. Tough one on there. But I think they, I hate to rag on the refs because it's alive when it's full speed out there. It's a lot different than me standing up here being a Monday morning referee. But it's just. I totally saw that one. That's a pet peeve of mine when the guy's, moving to the line of scrimmage at the snap, and you can't do it. And that play should have been blown dead.
Well, John Pappas will be ready to kick again for the Astros, and John Reardon, the head referee, who we talked about before the game, has done a very good job. But
yeah,
there's
sometimes really good flow to the game. I give them credit. It's a really good flow. That's the side judge's call on that one, and they just didn't see it.
Well, 26 seconds ago, the kickoff will go into the end zone. So 80 yards ago, Buzz, no timeouts.
Yeah, you're just kneeling on it here. You're up by a score still. You still have the lead, even though the momentum has shifted a tiny bit with that one big play. You're not doing anything here that's gonna hurt you. You're just gonna take a knee. If you're, in my opinion, that's what you do.
Well, seeing if there are any Astro players will set up like a center fielder as we have Game 1 of the World Series starting right now.
Wow!
As the Blue Jays and the Dodgers will kick things off, and now. Looks like you are exactly right. Pinkerton does have one timeout, but looks like Sutherland will just drop it down. And a little still two-hand touch right there. Not what you want to be seeing.
Yeah.
Well, it's been
being linemen. Linemen are sometimes angry dudes.
Oh, absolutely. They might be the softest guys off the field, but when you put those pads and helmets on and you're able to show your strength, it's sometimes a special thing as the final second ticks off the clock. It's been a great first half here from Chabot-McDonough Field. Coach Tom Mazoin and Kyle Heath from Manchester Public Television. We're going to take a break, let the band hit the field, and see what sort of information we can get. You're watching Manchester Public Television's coverage of Friday Night Football here from Memorial and Pinkerton. Back with more after this. As the final 60 seconds tick off for this halftime, Tom Bazoin and Kylie Heavey here from Manchester Public Television. And boy, what a great first half between two teams that are battling for a big victory here in the standings. And for Memorial, they got to be happy with the way things are going, except for that final touchdown there at the end of the first half.
Yeah, that was a tough one to give up, because they had all the momentum, and that gave Pinkerton a little bit of life. And what they need to do here is just get a 3-and-out situation, or keep Pinkerton pinned down where they have to punt, because you can't give Pinkerton more life here and have them go down the field and tie this game up, because that I think will flip it over the momentum totally. So important play here on the kickoff.
Memorial was able to capitalize on two big fumble turnovers for the Pinkerton Astros. So see if they can continue getting some turnovers here as the kickoff happens here, as it will be caught at about the 11-yard line up to the 20. Good speed here up to the 30, 40.
Flag behind the play at the 30.
And you saw before I did, and most likely it will be a holding as the John Reardon says it.
There. Big holding call there because, that ball ended up, the 45, Kyle?
Yeah,
almost?
so you're going to lose 15 from the spot and then go back another 10. So it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. So you're basically, you kicked it off and it was went into the end zone, but you can't rely on penalties all the time for Memorial. They got to be able to get some of these tackles here.
Well, this is what's usually been happening to them every time we do a game. A lot of holding calls that they had and a lot of, personal fouls. And they've played a clean game as far as that goes. And Pinkerton has been the ones that have hurt themselves with penalties and turnovers. So big defensive drive here for Memorial.
Just the second penalty so far in this contest. And now a 1st and 10 and got to be brought down. We'll see. Oh, good job right there. Yeah. We saw that in the Thursday night football game the other night, where you made a stupid tackle after the play, and Hanel doing a great job of making sure that he let go of him.
And, again, Pinkerton started out their drive in the beginning of this game when they first got the ball, going all right down the field. And Memorial, looks like they made some adjustments to their alignment at the half, and that's going to do nothing but help them.
Noah Rayo, Rice, and Michaud on the near side here as a 2nd and 10 for the Astros. Michaud in motion, and looks like McDonald's going to air it up, and this is going to be incomplete. Doing a great job of coverage right there and getting a lot of love is Farrell.
Yeah, Farrell has stepped up here a little bit with some injuries, and he was running with a man-to-man. He didn't. I'd like to see him look back at the football a little bit quicker than he did, because sometimes that can draw a flag when you don't do that. But as far as running with him, he was right with him.
Well, Florencio able to allow that incompletion, and now a 3rd and 10 here for the Astros. I don't remember them having really a 3rd and 10 in this contest.
No, because, they've been running the football. So, now they're with Memorial stopping them on 1st down. That was a big play and forced Pinkerton's hand, and them backed up to the 20-yard line here. Again, a 3 and out would be fantastic to start this half.
Well, the cowbells are ringing loudly, and we got a whistle here and a flag thrown from the back judge.
And we got a delay of game? Boy, that seemed fast. Huh? Didn't it?
They
spotted the ball. I certainly wasn't. Usually if I think it's getting to the point where it's close, I'll watch the back judge. But, yeah, I must have misjudged that one.
3rd and 15 now, and a pitch play, and he's got to be wrapped up and brought down here. Yeah. What a great sequence of events here for the Crusaders, as Pinkerton will most likely punt from this field position.
Oh, yeah, they better punt from there because it's 4th and forever. And this is going to be interesting because they had that one punt so far where, it bounced in front of Schuff. And I'd like to see him, try to catch us in the air, and or Torres. Torres is just as dangerous. And I don't know, Torres just had some hamstring problems and some problems with his legs. And, he hasn't really been involved tonight at all offensively. So he's up a little bit. Oh, and there's the same thing. Bad snap, and there's trouble. He's
trying to get out of the end zone here. He does. So positive yards and a hit out of bounds. And wow.
Yeah, and honestly, he would have been probably better off getting tackled in the end zone there and taking the safety. I don't know. Because he at least got it out to the 10 when Memorial's going to have to earn his touchdown here. So, if he would have only got it out just past the goal line, then I would have probably told him he probably should have just taken the safety. But that's 2 times, once for each team, with the punt snaps down deep in their own end. So
a loss of 10 yards on that drive for Pinkerton, and now it'll be 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line as the Crusaders looking to go up by 2 scores again. We'll see what Sutherland has in store here as he's going to try to get it to the outside. He throws it, and it will be incomplete. Kind of more of a just get rid of it type play right there.
Yeah, he did a nice job not getting sacked because, he had 2 guys on him quick.
And this is a big spot right here as Osanya is limping a little bit on the play.
Yeah, and he was one of the guys back there. I was kind of surprised by that call there on first down and 10 because, usually they'll run the ball and get 2nd and 7, 2nd and 6 and make it a manageable second down. With an incomplete pass, now you're kind of up against it. So if you're Pinkerton, maybe, you're second guessing not taking a safety, but if you stop him here, then, that's going to be a different story.
Shuffling Moses White to the far side, set up to go. And now we'll see if Felch gets the ball. And it's going to be a pitch, and this is going to be a tough one. Able to get it, but now running backwards again. Able to cut a blocker, but this is going to be a loss of 15 yards here, Buzz.
Yeah, it's a disaster from the word go here. I'm not sure why they got out of their regular triple stuff. First down they're going for a throw, and then second down you're going for a dangerous play that they've already fumbled the ball once doing that same play to the left side. That's the second time that the ball's been on the ground doing that. So now you're third and forever here. You're looking to maybe you're far away from a field goal here. So, you're going to be in 4-down situation. But if you're Pinkerton, you're happy with this.
Both teams starting off the second half with questionable decisions here. And now we'll see what Sutherland can do. He's going to take the ball himself, trying to get some blockers, trying to get to the outside, and he's going to be brought down at the 19-yard line. And it looks like we got an injured Astro here.
We got a hold behind the play. So, Memorial just coming apart at the seams offensively here with a chance to kind of, I wouldn't say put a nail in this game, but go up by 2 scores. And they've really hurt themselves here in a big way. And, part of it was, a couple of the questionable play calls. I don't know. You'd be more conservative. But Jordan, he wasn't conservative earlier, and it paid off. So, it's easy to say when the play doesn't work, right? When the play works, you're a genius. When the play doesn't, everybody's questioning you. That goes with all play calling. So, this is going to be a tough play call here because now you're going to be third and forever.
And already dealing with that injury from the previous play, Osanya is now getting helped by James Boudreau across the field.
Yeah.
And we'll see what he is able to do with going back into this game, as he obviously was a big part of that first score for the Astros. And now with him limping across the field with 8:45 remaining in this third quarter, you can see Coach Brian O'Reilly right there making sure that he is okay, as he has been a focal point of this offense all night long.
Yeah, and, I'm thinking that Pinkerton should have took the safety, and now I'm like, okay, well, maybe not.
Coaching is a tough thing, Buzz.
Yeah.
Coaching is a tough thing, but now here we go with
we got fourth down now.
A lot of movement here from Memorial.
They're going to try to kick this? Is that what we're doing? No. Southern's still in there. So you got different personnel coming in.
A lot of different changes here, and now we'll see if Moses White gets his chance at redemption here as he goes to the far side, and now to the bottom side it will be Gomez. So expect to see a kind of a pass play here, see who he goes to, and now it's going to be trying to one man to beat. A flag has been thrown, and a big hit out of bounds, and Sutherland is able to get up okay, but now you can see the laundry is out on the field, and we'll see what John Reardon has to say. Holding, and
oh my God, they're just going backwards here. And if it's a turnover on downs, but the ball is way down there, so if you're Pinkerton, you're probably going to take this penalty, I would imagine, right?
I feel like it would be the smartest move. As
you're going to get the ball inside the 10-yard line if
as John Reardon is talking to Brian about this, about what the decision would be. Is
you're fourth and I don't know, 30 or
you get the ball.
Or you get the ball inside the 10-yard line. I think you go with the 4th and 30 and think that they're not going to get
Well, it looks like a lot of changes. And
they declined her penalty. Oh, my goodness.
So,
oh my God! Like I am not the one that is going to question Brian O'Reilly. He's been around for 5 million years, but I have to on that one.
So
I got to question that one. Why would you accept that? Why would you decline that penalty there?
Well, the ball is placed at the 5-yard line here.
Yeah, and it would have been at the 40, so they would have had to get 35 yards on the next play just to be even. I don't know, man. That's a crazy one.
Well, here we go. 1st and 10 for the Astros. Down one score, 21-14 Memorial leads, and a pass play is going to be connected and able to be brought down. Good tackle right there by Farrell, and a good catch right there by Noah Rayo. And Rayo is coming off now, hoping he's okay. It was an awkward tackle from my vantage point anyway.
And that's a quick hitter. Nice ball by McDonald there.
And that was good for 9 yards, so it will be 2nd and 1 as we hit the 8-minute mark remaining. And O'Donnell looks to go under center here. Ball now. Man in motion, that's Michaud. And look to see if it goes to him, who got a head start, and does go to him, and it's going to go out of bounds. Good for a 1st down.
And now McDonald showing the arm that we talked about before the game. They didn't throw the ball until under 3 minutes left to go in that half. They didn't put it in the air once. And has he even thrown an incomplete pass yet? Maybe one.
I think he's got one incomplete pass so far.
So you're having a Drake May type of situation here.
And really, that was just it was going to be a short pass that he threw to his
screen. Right.
So here we go with a new set of downs. Astros looking to go to the length of the field. They got to go 95 yards. They've gone 25 so far. Michaud in motion again. See if they go to the same exact play. And now look at this. O'Donnell's going to take it himself and go out of bounds. Good for 4 yards.
Yeah, they're doing a nice job digging their way out of the hole there. And Memorial's got to step up here and make a play and keep this field position because, they were inches away from getting the safety there and also inches away from, tackling the guy on the 1 yard line. The Pinkerton punter got the ball out of the end zone and got to the 10, and then Memorial went backwards 40 yards from there, 30 yards. So, it was a terrible drive by them last time, and they need to defensively get the momentum back here.
Well, it's a 2nd and 5 for the Astros, going right to left in their silver and white, and able to stay on his feet. Oh my goodness! Memorial's gonna hate this footage to see this as he gets the 1st down and more, and finally brought down, but he's helmetless. So a flag being thrown.
So I imagine it's probably gonna be some kind of a face mask or hands to the head because the helmet went off. Pena Ramirez had him in the backfield and kind of let him go. You got to finish the snap. Finish the play. And looks like they're ready to march it off this way. So I don't know.
They went down at the 45-yard line.
Face mask, right? He ripped his his helmet right off. So.
And this will go to the Memorial 40 now, and a huge play right there for Pinkerton, and they might have just taken the energy back to their side of the field.
Yeah, they definitely did. And looks like Osavana for Pinkerton's getting his ankle taped, so that was definitely an ankle injury that he had. So a couple of injuries in this game so far. Biggest of note is the Memorial tight end that got hurt his shoulder earlier in the game. But
yeah, hoping for the best for Nightingale is.
Yeah.
Now 1st and 10 from the Memorial 40. Pinkerton, McDonough looking to pass, lets it go, and it's going to be incomplete.
Yeah, better coverage there by Memorial. In downfield, Memorial has it locked down. I don't think you're going to get too deep on them. They did on that one touchdown, but I think that was just a slipped-up coverage. Pinkerton looks to get it underneath on their pass plays, and that's where you can get Memorial a little bit with their over-aggression sometimes. They really need to make a play on defense here because, the momentum was all theirs. They were looking to go up by 2 scores, having the ball first and goal almost. It was first and 10, I think, but almost first and goal, and not be able to do anything with it. Now Pinkerton digging their way out of the hole.
2nd and 10, Dan Hersom on the near side. He replaced James Caruso, and a pitch play, and able to get past one Crusader and make it 2, and another first down for Pinkerton.
Yeah, that was a quick pitch, and nice job by the running back with yards after contact there because, again, Memorial's hitting in the backfield, but you know what? The difference between championship plays is making the play and finishing it. And, that's where they got to learn here, and they've got to reach down deep and actually make the play. They're helping Pinkerton a little bit more than Pinkerton's helping themselves right now.
James Knudsen is having a quietly good day, or Jimmy as they call him here. He's the senior running back, 5'11", 170, and we've said his name a number of times on a big, crucial first downs. Man in motion here is McDonald going to quickly throw it, and incomplete. Should have been connected with Noah Rayo, and ball a little bit wobbly there, but
yeah, but Brown's playing really soft coverage over there, and giving him a lot of room. I mean, that ball was an 8-yard gain on the catch, and he was behind the play. So if that ball's caught, it's either a first down or a 2nd and 2. So you got to get tighten up the screws a little bit here if you're Memorial.
Well, 2nd and 10 from the 27-yard line. Again, we go with McDonald going under center. He's got to hand it up to the fullback, and look at it. Ankle taped and able to get down. It'll be 1st and goal for the Astros.
Yeah, big hole. It's the second time he's run through that hole, and a big hole there. And Pinkerton wearing Memorial's front down and looking to finish a 95-yard drive here.
Joseph Asanya is just killing the Crusaders right now with another big run. This one was good for 21 yards, and it'll be 1st and goal from the 6-yard line, under 6 minutes to go in this third quarter. What a safety could have brought here, Buzz.
Oh, boy, it was so close.
Well, McDonald under center. And he's going to hand it off. Osanya is brought down. Beautiful tackle right there by Ramirez.
And that's the difference, finishing the play, right? So, you get into the backfield and you got to finish. And that's a big play by the kid there. And they need a couple more. They need a couple more plays like that and hold them to a field goal try.
Well, it was a loss of 1 yard, so it'll be 2nd and goal from the 7-yard line. And that is a big spot right here. But again, we'll see if Lucas Brown can be ready if they decide to go with another quick pass play. Under 5 now. McDonald looking around, looking at the coverage. And he's going to hand up in the middle again. And he's going to be brought down with authority.
And that's what do him. I mean, you see that? I mean, he picked the guy up off the ground. That kid is a force. And a sophomore, by the way.
Put that on your demo reel right there.
Yeah,
that was an unbelievable tackle. And it was good for a 2-yard gain, but still now you got 3rd and 5.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, big play there. And they've come up big twice.
Well, see what McDonald and company have in store here. You know they're going to be going forward on 4th down as well. And they are going to call a timeout as they don't want to waste any sort of stress here. 3:56 remaining in this third quarter. And kind of an early timeout use here, Buzz, you think?
Well, you got to be sure of it because, you've gone, 80 plus yards down the field. And, a few minutes ago, they looked like they were going to be going down 2 scores, and now you get a chance to tie it up. So you want to make sure of this play. And, Pinkerton is probably going to put it in the air here, I think. They've had some success in the air a little bit underneath, so I'm expecting them to maybe throw the ball here.
Well, you know that the senior quarterback returning after a championship junior year wants to show his skill, show his might, and make something happen here. But you've got to make sure that you have all your men in motion, all ready to go. And now Memorial breaks their huddle and will head back out on the field as they will look to stop and keep this lead here. But Pinkerton has done a great job so far on this drive. A tough first drive, but now here they've gone 90 yards officially here, and they got to get 5 more to get into the end zone.
Yeah, and I don't know if this is 2 down for them. I don't know if they're thinking field goal, if they're going to pass it and then maybe field goal, or just run it twice. It looks like they're going to run it twice.
And now a pitch play, and he's going to be brought down. Great job by Jacob Schuff.
Yeah, he saw that one coming, and they got the edge last time, and they are going to kick it.
John Pappas trying to go for the 3, and they will not get the 7 that they need to tie up this game. But Pappas has looked good on the 2 extra points.
Heck of a drive by Pinkerton, though. I mean, their back was against the wall there, and I was questioning them not accepting that penalty. And they drove their way out of it. So what do I know? O'Reilly's got a little bit on me on that.
And the kick is up and through the uprights. So we now have a 21-17 game. And Buzz, 15 minutes left in this contest between 12 in the 4th and 3:10 here. And the nerves are starting to set in here as the temperatures start to drop.
I think Memorial is kind of stepping on their own toes a little bit, especially with that last drive was disastrous. They had Pinkerton right where they wanted him, and they kind of let him off the hook. Nice job, though, there after it being 1st and goal. 2 big plays and 3 big plays for the 3 run stops, and Pinkerton settled for the field goal, which looks to be automatic for them. This kid looks like he's a true kicker because he kicked the kickoff real deep. Looks like they're going to play a muddle huddle here. So
we'll see if there's
breaking it. He kicked it into the end zone last time going this way.
We'll see if he does the same thing again, as Pappas has got quite a leg. The temperatures have dropped to 45 degrees. You can actually see your breath as we check it out. And a little kick here, taken, still on his feet, up to the 25, spin move, and down at about the 28-yard line. So better field position than what Pinkerton just had, but this has got to be a long drive here for Memorial to get at least 3 points up on the board after a long drive from Pinkerton.
Yeah, and in order to get the momentum back, that's exactly what you need. Clock-eating drive here, like they did to open the game up, and nothing like they did with the last plays, because they did nothing but go backwards. So I want to see 3 or 4 yards on 1st down, and then go from there.
Well, here we go. 1st and 10 from the 28-yard line, and now they've done a great job of mixing pass plays and run plays, and this one will be a run, but Gabe Felch kind of gets tripped up and only gains about 2 yards on that play, depending where they mark it.
Back in there finally. I think that's his first carry of the night. So Felch was out on that play, and Salazar got the carry and kind of got tripped up early, only to get 1 yard, right?
Johan has done a great job on defense today, and now he's kind of coming in here. And
it's probably why he's not getting the carries, because he's probably filling in for somebody that, is injured on defense and is starting on defense. So probably why he's not getting as many carries as he normally would.
Well, Harry Yon, a freshman lineman, has to come out for the Astros. So see if they are able to capitalize on this as a 2nd and 8 for Memorial with a 21-17 lead. Sutherland will pitch it out, and trying to get to the outside, and it will be brought down inbounds. Clock will continue to churn, and about a 5-yard gain on that play.
And that's the first time that has worked all night, going to that side. The last 2 times they tried it, the ball ended up on the ground. So timing was a little bit better that time. It has to be quick because Pinkerton's all over you. So, once you get Torres with a little momentum going to the line of scrimmage, he's going to gain some yards.
3rd and 2 now with under 2 minutes to go. They're up to the 36. They got to get to the 38. We'll see what Alex is able to do here, if he will take the ball and try to run it himself. He's going to hand it off, and it's going to be brought down. Johan trying 3 hits to him before he finally came down, and now a big 4th down here. And we'll see. Felch comes into the game.
And you're going to go for it if you're Memorial here?
Looks like that's what they're going to do on 4th and 2.
Wow.
From their own 36-yard line.
A heck of a decision. I don't know if they're just going to try to get them to jump off sides and then punt it, or
a false start penalty will get them an automatic 1st down. So we'll see if they've practiced any of that. Hard counts and get an Astro to jump off sides. We'll see what happens here. And he's going to take it, and
he's short. I don't think he got it.
I don't believe he did as well, as they are looking to put it down. It's going to be close. We haven't.
Wow, that's a generous spot.
We have not mentioned the chain gang all night long, but here they are coming into form here, and
Memorial being confident and just going for it. They're not going to, second guess themselves on that at all. And I like the confidence, and I like the fact that they ran one of their staple plays there. If they don't get it, they were confident going into it. So
we'll see.
Yeah, it looks like they got it.
They did get it.
That's a spot that I don't know, if you're in the NFL, you might throw the red flag there on the spot, because I don't know if he bounced it into that. But nice job, and nice confidence by the staff of Memorial.
Well, that will continue the clock running here. 46 seconds to go, and we'll get one more play before we start this 4th quarter.
Yeah, they got to run one, so otherwise they probably wouldn't even run one.
Now, Torres to the near side, lined up, and now man in motion. Sutherland trying to throw. It looks like possibly a hold call will be. No flags. There is a flag back behind the line of scrimmage there.
Oh, jeez.
So
I'm not sure.
At the same time, Buzz, you got to say that obviously Pinkerton is doing a great job of defending the receivers.
Yeah. I think Jordan is trying to go what they call backwards play calling there, right? So Pinkerton crowd in the box on 1st down, so he's trying to catch them, which is a smart move on his part. But the DBs have been one-on-one and have locked down. So the holding calls are going to happen once in a while. You can't prevent it the whole game. I mean, that's just sometimes it's just effort by the offensive line, and it turns into a hold. You can't fault them totally for that.
Well, we apologize for lying to the audience, as we thought it was going to be the last play, and now it's
I figured they were going to run it there, and go into the 4th quarter with the lead, and maybe 2nd and 5 or 2nd and 6 or something. But again, you gotta take what the defense gives you sometimes.
They obviously do not need to run this play, as there's 10 seconds remaining. And they do run it, and trying to get to the outside. Jacob Schaff makes a move, cuts it back, and is able to get some positive yards down to the 40-yard line. And that's some positivity going into the 4th quarter right there, Buzz.
Hey, you know what? That may not look like a heck of a lot, but that's a huge play right there. Because they were 1st and 20 there, and a gain of 12 on 1st and 20, now you get more manageable situations, and now you can go back to your regular play calling here. So a really big play there, and a good run by Schuff. Just shows you what he can do when he gets some space. He hasn't had a lot of opportunity to get into space here today, because when you're a player of that level and you're playing against a team like Pinkerton, they're gonna be, they're gonna just say, we're not gonna let you beat us. Let somebody else beat us. And when you're that level, maybe you still can do it. So this is going to come down to a fourth quarter, and Memorial's had a couple of chances to go up by 2 scores, and they really haven't done it. But let's see if they can get this drive. If they can really get this drive going and get into the end zone here, that's going to make things very difficult on Pinkerton.
Well, as they change sides of the field here, Memorial in their white pants, blue jerseys, and white helmets will be going right to left across your screen. Pinkerton in their silver pants, silver helmets, and white jerseys will try to stop any sort of movement here. And update over there at Bill Meisel Memorial Veterans Field here, Buzz, is the Manchester West Blue Knights leading John Stark 32-0 at halftime.
Oh.
So we
bringing the wood on senior night, the Blue Knights. I love it.
And now
nothing makes me happier than that.
A timeout to start the fourth quarter here from Memorial.
Oh, boy.
Not sure what exactly just happened with the players not understanding what the coaches wanted to start this fourth quarter.
Well, you know what? They could have had their alignment wrong, and they could have saw the way Pinkerton was lined up and didn't like the play. That was their first one of the half, so that's okay. You want to make sure here. You don't want to make a huge mistake after a big play there. They had a big play by Schuff there to get them kind of out of the hole, and they could have been in a rough situation there if they screwed it up. So, that can happen. I get it, even if it's after a quarter.
Well, the Memorial will head back, and again, a 2nd and 8 to start this fourth quarter, as they need to get points in any way possible here to try to increase their lead with 12 minutes again remaining in this contest. So set up to the near side is Torres. And now a surprise. Nice pitch out. Can he get to the outside? Tries to cut it back. Able to make a couple guys move, and is finally brought down and gained of about 2 yards on that play.
Yeah, it's kind of a good design play, though. They kind of sent Ledum in motion, but he cut back and tried to use him as a leading blocker. It's just, sometimes it's just a really good play by the defense, a good design play there. Torres made a nice move, and, he's an elusive kid. What are these guys got a face mask here?
That's what I'm waiting for the official to see.
Personal foul? How head-to-head? Oh, my goodness. That's the call of the game right there.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, that is the call of the game right there. I did not see it on the tackle, but a head-to-head call, automatic 15, and wow, it really changes the situation there, because there would have been 3rd and 9 there, because he didn't gain any yards on that, right?
3rd and 8, I think it would have been officially, okay. But either way, it would have been 3rd and long.
Right.
And now you get a fresh set of downs. You're into Astro territory. 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line as the clock continues to tick here in this fourth quarter. And now run up the middle. Sutherland got to hold on to it himself, and he's able to get 4 or 5 yards on that play.
Yeah, another good read by him. That's what he's going to do. He's reading right there, and he's just following up in that hole. And it's tough to defend when you're reading it, when the quarterback is reading it correctly. You want to stay away from negative plays if you're Memorial right now. You're in the driver's seat. You're up in the game. You're using clock. You want to stay away from negative plays. Keep going downhill.
Oh, now 2nd and 6 from the 41-yard line, as looking to see if they're going to go up the middle here, kill some more clock, or if Sutherland will send one deep. It's going to go up the middle again, and some more positive yards This one, I believe, was to Salazar. And now flags being thrown all over the place.
Yeah, and we got a late hit again. So
Well,
Pinkerton is, stepping on their own feet here, head-to-head, and now, they don't know when to stop. Their forward momentum was stopped, and the whistle was blown, and Pinkerton did not stop on the tackle. So we had another personal foul, and this is really
Braden Connolly is in disbelief right now for the Astros, as they have now just lost 30 yards on 3 plays due to penalties.
Yeah, not good. Memorial, you have to capitalize, right? If you're going to be a championship team and you're going to be at this level playing against a team like Pinkerton, you have to capitalize on situations like this. They didn't earlier on the punt, on the fumbled punt snap. But with these 2 penalties, they get a chance to really not ice the game by any stretch. There's a long way to go, but be in the driver's seat for the rest of the fourth quarter.
Well, here we go. A fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 from the 21-yard line. And now we're kind of getting some confusion here. Is maybe something in line. And now it's going to be run up the middle, able to get down to about the 16-yard line.
Yeah, that was just an alignment situation. Ledoux was lined up on the wing, and they wanted him out in the slot. That just brings another Pinkerton player out of the box, is what they call it. And good job there. Good job by the offensive line. And the Memorial's offensive line can take over here. They can come closer to icing this game. Under 10 minutes left to go. You're up by 4 and driving.
2nd and 3 from the 15-yard line, as clock has gone underneath 10 minutes now. And Sutherland under center again. Felch in the backfield. Schuff in motion. It's going to be to Felch, and he is able to fall forward good for about 2 yards or so. So it will be a 3rd and 2.
Yeah, we had a nice angle with that one where Felch, as soon as he gets the ball, he makes that cut, and that's a beautiful cut on his part, and that's where the lane is. And it does, it's only going to go in the book as a 2-yard run, but that's a heck of a run right there, because now that puts you in a good position. You got 2 downs to get half a yard. So, I can't see Memorial kicking a field goal here at all. I think they're going for it, even if they don't get it here.
A drive that has been helped by 2 15-yard penalties. Memorial trying to get something going and trying to find a hole, and the ball came out.
Oh,
who will recover? It's going to be Pinkerton.
Oh, my goodness. They got too fancy there for their own good. And,
High fives galore here as the defense was able to stop the Crusaders at the 13-yard line. And now 8 minutes and 41 seconds, and Pinkerton can drive the length of the field. You just saw them do it before on the last drive to get that field goal. And now can they go 87 yards to take the lead?
That's twice now that Memorial's let Pinkerton off the hook. And once with the punt snap, the drop punt snap, and this time with the 2 penalties that got them down the field, and they let them off the hook. So they really got to play some defense here.
Now, pass play, McDonald going to have it deflected. Oh, my good gosh.
Wow. That's in and out of the hands of 2 guys. It was in and out of the hands of the Pinkerton receiver.
I mean, Farrell can be as angry as he wants. Yeah. He's looking at his hands, still in disbelief. Tough. But that was
That's hard. That's hard because, the ball was tipped, right?
Yes.
So, that's difficult. It's coming off that Pinkerton player really fast because it kind of came off his shoulder pads. That actually would have been a really great play if he picked it off. So, sometimes you're going to make those, but, that's not an expected play. But a little soft coverage there. They got underneath. That ball should have been caught by Pinkerton. So, they need a big play here. Look for Pena Ramirez or somebody to make a huge play. 2nd
and 10 from the 7-yard line, as now flags are being thrown, and the play has been whistled dead.
Ball, so it's going to be a false start if it's a dead ball, or it's got to be a false start.
Oh, you can see John Reardon in the white hat right there. He is making the sign of.
Yeah,
you are correct. So that will be half a distance to the end zone, so it'll be a 2nd and 14 here.
Yeah, and, don't let them off the hook. Don't play soft coverage here. And that's, kind of been their a little bit of their downfall on defense. They played a great defensive game so far. So, play tight and make them earn everything.
McDonald under center, man in motion, and he's...
Yeah, they try to... that's a heck of a play. They tried their counter play. And, that's a big play to scout when you're in 3rd and 2nd and long situations. The wing T will come back with a counter play, and Memorial was all over that. They had 3 guys on top of it, and now you're 3rd and forever with your back against the wall.
It'll be 3rd and 17, Buzz, and you're right on the doorstep of giving up a safety like we saw before.
Right, and you know what? You're down here. A safety wouldn't be terrible if you're Pinkerton at this point because, that would only put them down 6, and they can get a free kick. But, obviously they want a first down.
You can see the vibrations on the screen right now. The fans below us are going wild, and now a timeout has been called. A flag has been thrown.
And another delay of game. And is this guy quick or is it me? Because, that's the 2nd time I haven't been looking back at him even raising his hand, and they got a delay of game call. So Pinkerton's either having a hard time getting the play call, and that's going to be half the distance. So it's not going to be that many yards, right?
I mean, it's a couple inches at most.
Right,
you can see where the ball is right there at the half-yard line. So you just move the ball back maybe 3 inches at most. And now, again, we'll do a 3rd and 17. McDonald under center here. Looking for an all-out blitz here. And McDonald gets rid of the ball, and it's going to be incomplete, out of bounds.
And Memorial really put pressure on there. They were coming and put the pressure on Memorial's defensive backs to lock down, and they've been the strength the whole year, and they came up big there. They were Farrell was on lockdown over there.
McDonald had to get rid of that ball with a man on his other shoulder, and it went incomplete. Now you have no room for your kicker. Do you just go all-out blitz again and try to block this?
No. You want to return here. You don't want, because if you run into the kicker, you got to think negatively, right? So you want to put a return on here. You don't even want to rush him at this point. Maybe have one guy go in, but you want a return or you want a fair catch here, because you're in the driver's seat right now. You want to don't let him off the hook with a penalty.
Well, Shuff will get the ball at the 32. Gets a hole, takes a big hit, and he is brought down at the 21-yard line.
But just by him fielding that and getting it up 5 or 6 yards saves yardage, because if the ball hits the ground, it could go out to the 50-yard line. So now you're, offensively, you got to be smart here. You got to really use your key plays, and the clock is on your side here too. There's still a lot of time left.
7:23 to be exact here again.
If you can grind it out and get the ball, get it down to 3 minutes and get into the end zone, I believe the game's over.
Coach Tom Mazzoin and Kyle Heavey for Manchester Public Television. 7:23 remaining. 1st and 10 for the Crusaders. As now, confusion here.
Okay.
Now we're set to go, and Sutherland will give the ball, and a big hit right there, brought down, and only so much you could do there with.
Yeah, Salazar, he doesn't hit the hole quite as quick as
Aiden Chapman on that tackle.
I don't know what the stoppage was there for. The ball was put in play, and I don't know why the whistle was blowing for the stoppage, but that kind of stopped the rhythm of the play. And, I don't like that as an offensive play caller. I don't like it when the ball gets stopped there. I don't know what happened there. I'm not sure.
Well, here we go with the clock under 7 minutes to go. 2nd and 9. Crusaders trying to get some more points here. It's going to go to Shuff. Shuff has got room, and he is going to walk in for the touchdown. Some smack talking going on.
Be smart. Don't get a penalty here. Number 4 didn't like it that Schuff put the ball in the air kind of before he got in the end zone. So there's talking going back and forth. And if you're Memorial, you want to be smart here, because you don't want the ball kick 15 yards back on the kickoff. You're in the driver's seat, and he was bound to break one, wasn't he?
He certainly was. A 21-yard run from Jacob Schuff, and now with this extra point, it's good. A 11-point lead here for the Memorial Crusaders as they are looking for upset city to be in Manchester, New Hampshire on this Friday night, week number 8 of the Division I NHIAA football season, and we are in for a wild 6 minutes and 33 seconds here, Tom.
It might be upset city if you're looking at the past, but this year, Memorial was favored tonight. In my eyes, I've watched both teams play. I've watched Memorial a bunch of times, and it's the first time in probably probably ever that Memorial was favored to me going into. They were picked by the UL. They were picked by a bunch of teams to beat Pinkerton tonight, and they've had their moments where they've kind of screwed things up on their own. But if you think about it, they could be up another 6-7 points here if they had scored, on that turnover earlier. But a great job by their defense there to set them up, because they backed Pinkerton all the way up to the goal line, and great job defensively. They played an excellent game tonight. So let's see them finish it off here. 6 minutes to go.
And a good kick here that will be caught at about the 12-yard line, up to the 20, 25, to the 30, 35, 40-yard line, and he's out of bounds. So relatively good field position here for the Astros, who got to get points here on this drive.
Yeah, that's the most room that they've kind of had on the kick return so far. Memorial's done a really good job on special teams, especially the kickoff. And that's not terrible, but, if you're Pinkerton, that's better than, the 20 or the 30-yard line where they've started in the past. If you're Memorial, don't bend here. You can be really aggressive. You're up by this many points. Be aggressive defensively.
Well, here we go.
Another stoppage here.
And now waiting to see. He's pointing to the Memorial side. It looks like it's going to be a timeout by Memorial, so they'll have one remaining.
Yeah.
Coach, they called the timeout to start the fourth after they have a timeout here.
It seems on their transitions that they're having a hard time, and sometimes that's due to one injury, or somebody is out for one play, or somebody taps out, and you're not ready with a sub or something like that. It happens. I get it. I've been there. So at this point, you just want to be sure. You don't really need your timeouts at this point. So you want to be sure that you're all set and have 11 guys ready to go. So not a bad timeout there. It's okay.
Well, again, an 11-point advantage here for the Crusaders as they are looking to cap this with a turnover or some sort here to stop any sort of momentum from Pinkerton, who have come into this game with a big defeat last week in the hands of an Andover squad. And now McDonald scrambles, gets it away, but it's out of bounds to his great job by the assistant coach to catch that with one hand.
Yeah, and Pinkerton being put in a position where they don't like, where they have to be in passing situation here because they can't grind it out at this point. Memorial would kind of love it if they grinded it out on the ground. And Aiden's going to have to put it in the air, and this is where Memorial's defensive back look to make plays.
Well, here we go with 2nd and 10 from the 38-yard line. McDonald looking to pass again, going deep, up in the air, and caught! Caught at the 29-yard line, and he fell down hard right there, and only so much. He's still not doing so well. But a great catch by Ryson Michaud.
He's okay.
And Lucas Brown was on the coverage, had great coverage, but.
Yeah, he went for the ball. He took his eye off the man, and he kind of went for the interception. And at this point, you're not looking for, single man glory. You just want to knock that down. and he kind of went for the ball, which can happen, and it got over his head. So good ball there by Aiden, though.
Well, James Boudreau comes across the field again for the Pinkerton Astros, a very talented trainer for the Astros who has been a part of their team for many years. And with 6:13 to go, we got to hope that Michaud, who obviously has been quietly productive for the Astros, who made that big play, and if
he's a good player, and he's been playing both sides of the ball all night and special teams. So, heck of a play there, and hopefully he just got kind of twisted around. I'm not quite sure what happened, but looked like he got twisted around on the catch.
I mean, you come down after jumping like that, and you just don't get the footing, or it's the Memorial bench has taken a knee for him, and he's still really in the Tebow form of just being down on one knee.
Yeah.
Everyone's kind of waiting in flux here to see what exactly to do here. And, for this Pinkerton squad, they obviously are 6-0 on the season. And looking into next week, they have another big game versus the likes of the Nashua South team next Friday night.
Yeah, and Memorial playing Exeter next week. So, they're back into the East schedule, and we're going to have a timeout for Pinkerton, or
McDonald helping Michaud to cross the field here, as it certainly does not seem like he is going to be able to return. But I thought the same thing when we saw him earlier with the likes of Osanya, and he was able to return.
He taped his ankle and came right back.
As he comes out on the field, you see him right there as their offense is ready to go here. Looking down at these guys.
And there's still a lot of time here left. So, Memorial, you want to be aggressive defensively because there's still 6 minutes left. If Pinkerton scores kind of relatively quickly here, they got options to onside kick or, squib it down there and put the pressure on Memorial.
This long timeout helps both teams, though, Buzz. So we'll see if the Memorial defense certainly would love some more time. And now a run play brought down. Nice little run right there by number 25, Aiden Chapman, who we haven't really said on offense. We've said him more on defense.
No, that's a regular wing tee play. They get the pullers out there into the hole. But, you're okay if you're Memorial. You're okay with that. Give up 5 yards and you're swapping off 30 seconds for the 5 yards. So you're all right with that.
5.5 minutes remaining in this contest. Memorial with the 11-point lead. Now McDonald in the shotgun formation looks to throw it, and he's going to roll out, and he's going to hold it himself, and brought out of bounds and kind of was wrapped up. Thankfully, no flags were thrown on that. As I was going to be pretty frustrated if that was the case.
Yeah, that was just he just was finishing the play. That's all.
But with them going out of bounds, 5:15 remaining in this contest, and that does go for a first down. Astros, who are needing points and needing them fast to make sure that they have enough time to get the ball back. Now McDonald throws it, and
that's Michaud. He's
it's
back
caught.
in the game.
My goodness, look
I guess he's okay, huh?
Gotta wonder if it was just the wind knocked out of him or what, but what a great return there by Rice and Michaud, and now we got a 28-23 game, and they could go for 2 here.
Yeah, I think they will, right? You would think they will.
You would certainly believe, as we've already seen them kick a field goal before with the strong leg of John Pappas, and now a
the kid missed one play, and he came in going that fast. So he couldn't have been that hurt, huh?
I guess not, as we were hoping that it wasn't anything serious, and then next thing you know, he pulls a Willie McGinnis, and a run up the middle is good for a touchdown. Osanya able to get the 2-point conversion and now 5:09 remaining in this contest, and the Astros are now down just 3 points. Memorial leading at 28-25. Memorial just one timeout remaining as well, Buzz. So this is a...
Pinkerton has 2, so gives them an option to kick it deep, okay, if you're Pinkerton, because you have 2 timeouts. Better if you had 3, but you got to be thinking about an onside kick here. But it's not mandatory. You can kick it deep because this kid has a foot. So he can kick it into the end zone and put the ball on the 20-yard line. And if you're thinking like that, that really puts the pressure on Memorial to get a couple first downs, right?
It certainly does, as again, Memorial scored with 6:33 remaining. It's now 5:09. It was literally 1 minute and 24 seconds there to score on the other side of the field, Buzz.
What a great game. I mean, this is a Division I game that could be a playoff. And Memorial playing really uptight. And if he kicks this deep, that could be a little trouble. If I'm Schuff, I'm the last guy back. I'm backing up here. There you go. He's backing up. He's getting back down to the 5. So I'm thinking they're going to kick it deep. I could be wrong.
And now, end over end will be caught at the 5-yard line. Schuff trying to find a hole and runs into his own man, and is going to be brought down inside the 20-yard line.
Yeah, and that's what I'm talking about. So now you're putting the pressure on Memorial with your 2 timeouts in the bag. And Memorial has to keep it on the ground here. They can't not put the ball in the air here. They got to keep it on the ground and use some clock. And they're kind of backing into this. Pinkerton with a big drive there. And Memorial played a little bit too soft defensively on that last drive. They should have been a little bit more aggressive, but credit goes to Pinkerton with their drive.
Well, here we go. 1st and 10 from the 18-yard line. Memorial, like you said, needs to get some yards, and a first down play is good for about 3 yards. That will kill 35 seconds, if not more.
Yep, and they're going to not use their timeout yet, because if they had 3, they would be able to call one there. But even still, they're not going to have any timeouts on offense. So Memorial needs a first down here. A first down really changes the outlook of the final of this game. Without a first down, now you're looking at something totally different.
Under 4:30 remaining in this contest. Memorial, the fans getting loud here, wanting to get something going. Schuff in motion, and they're going to run it up the middle again, but this is going to be stopped.
They're expecting that at this point, so I was looking for Sutherland to maybe keep that time, and he didn't. So now they're not going to use their timeout yet, which is kind of smart because still a lot of time left, and they could save one for their offense. So kind of obviously a veteran move by O'Reilly there, not calling the timeout after the 3rd down play, because if you're talking somewhere around 2 minutes, yeah, you're gonna definitely do it, but you could save one for offense here.
3rd and 7 from the 20-yard line. A little bit of confusion here from the Crusaders. And now Sutherland almost trips on his feet. Got to get rid of the ball quick.
Oh, my goodness.
And it's going to be incomplete.
And now that play was kind of doomed from the beginning. And now you stop the clock. And so now you're saving a timeout for Pinkerton. You give Pinkerton 2 timeouts here. I don't know that I wouldn't have burnt one there when I saw the play kind of going awry before the snap. Maybe they tried to and didn't get it. They've had a couple of plays that were questionable, but that one there, you're going for the first down to try to win the game. So, I don't blame them for throwing it, but on an incomplete pass, it's stopping the clock, obviously.
Camden Bolio gets the snap. The kick is up in the air. It's going to take a bounce out of bounds, and now Pinkerton will get the ball at the 40-yard line, 40 yards away.
And they got a good kicker. So, they're 40 yards away from maybe winning the game, but, they're probably 25 away from a game-tying field goal. So this game has changed in the last 6 minutes. It almost looked like Memorial put it away with the Schuff touchdown, but they kind of got lackadaisical on defense on the last drive. Hopefully they're aggressive here, because that's where they've been strong, when they've been aggressive on defense.
Well, it's right in front of us down the line here from the 40-yard line. The defense chant vibrating the camera, and now we'll see what McDonald can bring here. He's got a pass play. Ball is up, and it's incomplete. You can see the frustration of James Caruso, as he looked like he had a chance at that for sure, for at least a first and goal, if not a touchdown on that.
And honestly, I didn't expect that out of Pinkerton on first down either. So, these guys are mixing things up, and that was through his hands. That was a beautiful ball by McDonald. That should have been caught. So Memorial's going to be careful there, because they got kind of burnt on that one.
Certainly did, and see if they go back to it on 2nd and 10, as 3:15 remaining in this contest. And the defense chant again getting louder and louder during each play. And McDonald going to pass it again. Scrambling, and he's going to get away. Still on his feet. He's going to go out of bounds there to stop the clock.
He almost got the sack there. They were close.
And able to get back to the line of scrimmage. So 3:07 remaining. It will be 3rd and 10 now from the 40. And having to run on to the other side of the field now. And Noah Rayo will come in with the play to give it to Aiden McDonald now as they talk in the huddle. Osanya kind of set up in a wide receiver spot. We'll see if they go to him at all. 3rd and 10. Scrambling, running to the outside. The throw is complete, and he's able to stay up, and will be a 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. And Noah Rayo was able to catch that shoelace pass. And now, under 3 minutes to go, 2:55 to be exact. And there was a flag on the play, though, Buzz.
Was that the line of scrimmage?
We'll see where John Reardon says here.
Wow.
This could
another
be
big call in the game.
A bad one here for the Astros.
I mean, it looks to be at the line of scrimmage. So if it's at the line of scrimmage, I'm thinking it's a hold, right?
And here we go, John.
Wait. Oh.
I am not sure what that is, Buzz. That's a new one on me.
Okay. It's a ineligible downfield's a hand to the head. Okay, the hand behind was he beyond the line of scrimmage when he threw that?
Ooh, that's certainly a possibility, as he had gone pretty far downfield before releasing that ball.
A 5-yard penalty, so he's beyond the line of scrimmage. Yeah, beyond the line of scrimmage when he threw it. Yeah.
And that is a loss of down. It is now 4th and 10.
So, yeah, game time here. Game 4th and 14, right? Yeah, 4th and 14.
4th and 14. 2:55 remaining.
As a
start. Timeout has been called.
Oh.
We'll see who called that.
Memorial. So, wow, man. What a crazy fourth quarter, huh?
So that leaves Memorial with 0 timeouts remaining in this contest. And on 4th and 14 now.
Again, I'm not upset with that timeout call. You want to make sure you're all set on that 4th and 14 defensively. If you're not aligned correctly and you see something you don't like, then why not burn it? You're not going to need it on offense, right? So just a heck of a crazy 6 minutes left to go in the game. And this last 3 minutes has taken as long as a quarter did in the first half, right? I mean, it's been nuts.
It certainly has, and now we still got 2:54 remaining. Referees blow the whistle to try to get things going, and boy.
And Pinkerton still with the 2 timeouts that they had that we expected him to use on defense, right? And in the way that the plays have gone, they haven't had to use them. So, crazy situation here.
Well, McDonald will be in the shotgun formation. Noah Rayo and Michaud, the touchdown catcher, are below us. Michaud with a good, and now releasing it. It's going to be deflected. What a play right there.
Yeah, and that was Gallego, Jordan Gallego, number 20, tipped it. And, he didn't go for the interception. There was a smart play by the kid. Fourth down, he just had to get a piece of it. He didn't get all of it, but he got enough to cause an incompletion. And you can't take a knee here yet because, Pinkerton does still have two timeouts, which still have to use after the first down play, I would imagine, or after the second down play. So you want to, just ball security here. Be smart and maybe even keep it if you're Sutherland because they're going to be jumping all over the running back here. So, put it in the gut and keep it by Sutherland would be a nice call here.
Memorial fumbled earlier in this quarter and trying to make sure ball security is a big thing. Shuffle, get the ball. He cuts it back, and he is positive yards down to the 48-yard line.
Or give it to your best player, right? And did Pinkerton use a timeout quick on the first down? Yes, they did.
They certainly did. 2:42 now remaining in this contest. And you know what?
A first down wins it now. And, this has been a game where Memorial has had their chance to really put this game away a few times and really wasn't able to. But credit to Pinkerton, too. I mean, it's not just a one-sided situation here. Pinkerton came down twice and scored that one time. They went the length of the field, right? In the last time, they drove right down, and Michaud, after being hurt, I guess. I guess he wasn't that hurt because he came in one play later and was streaking down the field on a touchdown catch. So I don't know if that was a ploy to get a little bit more rest or what the situation was, but he definitely wasn't injured.
Again, the wind getting knocked out of you is still a big thing.
Yeah, that could have been it, but I don't know that you come back that quick, Kyle. From the wind being knocked out of you. Have you ever had it done? I mean, I have.
It's been a while.
It takes a little bit to come back from that, not 30 seconds.
Well, 2nd and 6 now from the 48-yard line. Shuff in motion. He will get the pitch and try to cut back. He's down to the 50-yard line, and now Pinkerton uses their last timeout here. 2:36 remaining. That was a gain of 2 yards, and now it will be a 3rd and 4 here for Memorial.
And Memorial saying, we're going to put the ball in our best player's hands here. And, what's wrong with that? I mean, that's a smart move. And a good cut by Shuff because you don't want to take that wide there and get it out of bounds, right? You want to stay within the boundary and force the timeout. Same goes here. Last thing you want to do here is run a play to that edge on that side and go out of bounds. You want to keep the ball in bounds here. No matter what the situation is. If you get the first down, it doesn't matter. If you get the first down, you can go out of bounds. That's okay. But if you don't, you want that clock to run all the way down as far as you can, and then maybe punt it down, right? I would. I would not go for it on 4th down here if you don't get it. But let's see what the situation is. The first down, 4 yards away from beating Pinkerton.
2:36 remaining. Temperatures have dropped. The 9 o'clock hour has hit. We are now into the 2.5 hours in, and we still don't have an official winner yet as Memorial looking for the upset here. 3rd and 4. And he's going to run it up the middle, and Memorial will have a...
They had to expect that, and they did. And they jumped all over it. Good job holding on to the football there because Pinkerton was pumped up and went after the ball there. So if you're Memorial here, you can do one of two things. You don't have a timeout left, so you can't take it down to 1 second on the play clock. And And I don't know what they're doing even with the offense still on the field. I can't imagine you're going to go for it here. I mean, you can't. Yeah.
Maybe a pooch kick here.
I mean, they're going to get a delay anyways. I hope they don't snap this.
Waiting to see. They
goodness.
do.
Wow.
Now Sutherland got to pass it.
Wow.
And it's complete. Game, set, match. Junior Gomez with a big first down. $1:40 remaining in this contest, and Memorial can now just knee it out and take the victory over the Pinkerton Astros.
I'm more conservative than that, I'll tell you that, because I never expected that. I was expecting and D'Onofrio, relax, buddy, because it's going to wind once. You got to wait for the white hat to wind it. He wants the clock to be winding now, but you got to wait for the white hat to wind it. He spotted the ball, the chains moved, and now it'll wind. He's yelling at the clock guy. But what, a better man than me there, because I would have been punting the ball there. So I guess they decided, before this game, that if they got into any situation like that they were going to go to their key players. And on that last drive, they gave the ball to Schuff twice, and then they went to Junior, and he ran another great route there. And Sutherland played a sneaky great game today.
Absolutely.
He really did. Running that offense today the way he did was real good. And, they can knee it here. It's second down. They can just knee it here. Yeah, they don't have to do anything but knee it.
Sutherland, who has been limping since the first quarter, has played an unbelievable game, throwing a number of touchdown passes. Jacob Schuff doing his thing, and the Memorial Crusaders celebrate a giant victory in the state of New Hampshire. The Pinkerton Astros fall 28-25.
And they surprised the heck out of me by snapping the ball on that fourth down. I thought they were going to try to just get Pinkerton offsides, and if they didn't, they would take the 5-yard penalty and punt it. But, they said the heck with it. They're going to go with their strengths. And, their strengths are, strong. When you're beating a Pinkerton team, they haven't done that in a lot of years. And they haven't come into a home game, against an undefeated team and be the favorite to win the game, and I don't know how long. And this is historical stuff here. I mean, everybody, is thinking it's just another win. This is a historical win for them. They haven't been at this point in so many years, and looking to get a top seed. It's going to be tough with Winnicott, because even though Winnicott beat them, they could still get the top seed in the East. Going forward, they got to take care of business against Exeter next week. But what a win!
The fans have run the field here, celebrating this.
I hope they let them, because you know what? Things like that haven't happened here in recent years, and let them celebrate a little bit. Let them have some fun.
An absolute shocker here from Chabot-McDonough Field. Coach, we got to go over our players of the game for Pinkerton. I thought that the running of one Joseph Osanya.
Yeah, it was either him or Michaud. I like Michaud's play as well. He had the 2 touchdowns, the one late in the half, and then that one late in the game. Both of those players played excellent, and Aiden McDonald played pretty well as well.
I mean, and for Memorial, it's a tough one. It's a toss-up. For me, I thought that Alex Sutherland made a great job of controlling the play.
Yeah, he really ran the offense well. Great completions, right? A couple of a touchdown pass to Schuff, and then a couple of huge pass plays to Junior with great routes. Tough team. Memorial's physical, tough, fast on defense. They are going to be tough to beat, and everybody thinks that they're going to do okay until they play these teams. Well, guess what? They've caught up to these teams, and now they're right there with them, and they can celebrate.
Playoff picture is looking open here for a home game here at Chabot-McDonough, as Memorial will go to 6-1, while Pinkerton will drop to 6-1. And now we'll have to see what we decide to do for next Friday night. We have gone 8-0 on the year. We're
unbelievable. How we haven't had a loss. It's crazy.
But for Executive Director Jason Cody, Operations Specialist Joe Lahr, Operations Assistant Brendan McCormick, my name is Kyle Levy for Coach Tom Mazoin. It's been a pleasure to be with you on this Friday night. Again, Memorial wins it, and we're excited to see what will happen going into the playoffs. For a fun Friday night, we'll see you all again soon for more football action here on Manchester Public Television.